What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Seahawks Now, your home for all things daily Seahawks news, updates, and rumors. Today, we're talking about day one of OTAs. We're talking about the two Seahawks who landed in the top 100 most important players for the 2026 NFL season. And we go over a very interesting 2026 draft prediction that, honestly, I'm not sure if I agree with. With that all being said, let's get into it, guys. OTAs are underway. Day one of OTAs taking place yesterday, and here are some takeaways. According to Seahawks reporter John Boyle, the juice was flowing on day one of off-season OTAs. Of course, stands for Organized Team Activities. It's phase 3 of the off-season workout program. They are in pads and helmets. The Seahawks, they stimulated 2-minute drills during Tuesday's opening session of team activities. Offensive player jumped before the snap, a penalty that had cornerback Devon Witherspoon demonstrating that he is in mid-season form when it comes to talking trash. Yeah, love to see it, guys. The guys were active, they were having fun, they were talking trash, they were just balling out there. Moments later, when one of his teammates broke up a pass, Witherspoon was back at it again, bringing regular season intensity to a voluntary workout taking place on a postcard perfect late May afternoon. Yeah, that's true, guys. Yesterday was a postcard perfect day. Sun was shining, and the Seahawks were out there just playing ball. He writes, while players have been around since the offseason workout program kicked off in April, Tuesday had something to a first day feel to it, as it was the first time that the defense and offense could line up against each other for 11 on 11 and for 7 on 7 non-contact on-field work. Julian Love says it's exciting. He says everyone is excited. They've been doing drills. Coaches have been in the office the past few months, and now we get some football action to see the ball in the air. You can just tell the juice was flowing for sure. There's a sense of appreciation to be out there in a jersey, repping. It's just always fun. When you're back into it, the offense is enjoyable. Everyone's relaxing. But when you're back in football, it's like riding a bike. You're just back with your guys, having fun and competing. Reek Woolen agrees. He says it's just a lot of fun. It's different from going defense on defense. It feels good to be out there competing and getting the chemistry together. Cooper Kupp, newcomer Cooper Kupp, he says it felt good. He says everyone's learning a new offense. Obviously, that Clint Kubiak system coming in after a few weeks, and it's the first time running against people. It's always different. You can run things on air all the time, but there's nothing like getting out there. 11 on 11, thinking fast, making decisions and all that. He says the energy was great, guys are excited, and that's all you can ask for on day one. Kupp obviously comes from a similar scheme to what Kubiak did, a pretty similar West Coast offense. A lot of the other Seahawks are really still having to get used to it after playing for Ryan Grubb in that really kind of pass-first offense. Cooper Kupp says he's encouraged by what he has seen. He says he believes in this style of offense, the detail that's involved in making it happen. It's the kind of offense you have to run if you want to win championships. He says we've got guys across the board, and guys are bought into it and are starting to understand what we're trying to get done. It's exciting to bring that stuff alive. He says given the position he plays, Darnold, of course, is going to be very important determining the Seahawks' fate on offense, but coming off a Pro Bowl season, he's making a really good impression. Kupp says he's awesome. He's great in terms of having a little bit of familiarity, the insights that he shares, the confidence he is in being able to say, hey, these are the things that have worked in this offense in terms of how we've operated and how he's operated, and being able to collaborate together and figure out what this looks like for us as we put this team together. This skill group, this offensive line, this quarterback group, as we get together and figure out what we're going to be about, to be able to have that collaborative talking, it's been really, really good. So yeah, that's all good stuff to hear. I mean, we got Cooper Kupp saying how great Sam Darnold is. Cooper Kupp really saying Sam Darnold's been a fantastic member of this offense. He's making things happen. He's understanding where he has to improve, where we have to improve, and what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are. That's great to see. I love to see that. I love to hear that. Sam Darnold, I think, he's going to need to kind of step up and be a natural leader for this team. And the fact that he's doing that already, that's great to hear. All right, I want to pivot, guys. There's been two Seahawks listed in a big top 100 list. Not the top 100 best players, but the top 100 most important players for the NFL season. Two Seahawks offensive players, both making the list. And it is Who is it? It's JSN and Sam Darnold. So, of course, you would think your quarterback and your best receiver both end up in the top 100 most important players. This is according to CBS Sports' Zachary Perales. He's the guy that made this list. He writes, Sam Darnold joins the Seahawks after a career revival year in Minnesota. Darnold's play often went as the protection around him did, so Seattle has major questions to answer there. Don't sleep on the impact versatile first-round pick Gray Zabel could have. Darnold is coming off a great season in 2025, but obviously Justin Jefferson was with him in Minnesota. Now it's JSN who's his top target, and so JSN also makes that top 100. He says in Seattle he'll have to adapt to Clint Kubiak's scheme and mesh with Jackson Smith-Njigba, who emerged from what looked like a crowded wide receiver room to catch 100 passes for 1,130 yards. So yeah, I agree. I think Sam Darnold definitely has, he has a spotlight on his head. He's ranked as number 42. That's where he ends up at. And Jackson Smith-Njigba is ranked at number 43. These are, supposedly the most important players. And I guess it's not really in order. They ordered it by team. So elsewhere in the NFC West, the most important players in the West include Brock Purdy for the 49ers, Brandon Ayuk for the Niners, as well as Fred Warner and Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams. So the Niners actually have 5 guys in the top 100. The Rams, you've got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Jared Verse, and Matthew Stafford. For the Cardinals, they're talking about Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., Josh Sweat, and Will Johnson. And for the Seahawks, it is Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba. I'm actually really interesting that they only picked 2 guys on the Seahawks, and it's none of their defensive players. I would think Devon Witherspoon would have been on this list as well. I think that he's a clear impact player. His defense at cornerback is going to, be one of the biggest factors for the Seattle defense. So I'm kind of surprised that they don't list him, but, you can't have everything you want. All right, guys, I want to talk about one more thing today. One analyst is predicting that the Seahawks will draft another quarterback in the 2026 draft. Wait till you hear about this, because this is really I'm not sure if I agree with this one at all, to be brutally honest with this guy, but here's what we got. According to Mike Moraitis of SportingNews.com, the Seahawks are predicted to bail on both Darnold and Jalen Milroe in favor of a new quarterback in 2026. Here's what we've got. According to DraftWire's Kurt Popejoy, the Seahawks will bail on both of them in favor of LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier in next year's draft. According to this ranking from Kurt Popejoy, the Seahawks will take Nussmeier at the number 12 overall pick, which means Popejoy does not expect Darnold and the Seahawks to do well. Nussmeier was stuck, obviously, behind Jaden Daniels at LSU. Last year was his first season as a starter, and he did really well. Ended up with 32 touchdowns, 29 passing, 3 rushing. He threw for 4,000 yards on a 64.2% completion rate. Doesn't have elite athleticism, but he moves really well in the pocket. He has really great arm talent. He can make all the throws, impressive accuracy. He does have, I think, more to prove. I don't think he's made himself a first round, at least a high first round pick yet. So they're expecting he will take the next step forward, and they're expecting that the Seahawks will actually take a step back, which is really interesting, to me at least. I want to actually look at a little bit more into this Kurt Popejoy article and see why does he think that the Seahawks are going to struggle? But he doesn't say anything. All he has is a mock draft. He doesn't actually write anything else to back this up. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think if the Seahawks are picking number 12 overall next year, something has clearly gone wrong. This is not a team that should be picking, in the top 12. This is a team that really should be picking probably in the later 20s, because they should be a playoff team. They have all the talent that they need to be a playoff team. They won 10 games last year, and I think they have pretty clearly improved, unless you really think that losing DK Metcalf is going to impact the offense that much. I think they have improved. And so the idea that they're going to miss the playoffs and pick in the top 12, if that does happen, it probably does mean that Sam Darnold has struggled. And so, yeah, I would see why they would pick a quarterback in that scenario. However, the caveat there is I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Sam Darnold is going to struggle. I think they're going to be a good team. So I disagree with this mock draft. But with that being said, let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? And as always, until next time, go Seahawks.